These wallets all suck. I bought them online. I have a lot of different brands here, a lot of different styles, and they suck. I carry some cash, some cards, and found any that are amazing. I can go into individual reviews about each of them, but I'm just letting you know, here's a big company. I actually have 4 of these. These aren't bad, but they suck if you carry cash. And I can show you why here. I'm not trying to keep anybody from buying anything. I'm just letting you know, this is 6 bills. It's nothing crazy. This is a normal amount for me to carry. And if I'm carrying this guy, it's awesome for cards, but I have to mess with this strap. You're standing in line at Walmart, and you have to, every time you want it, you got to mess with that strap and get it out. The other 2 I have are the money clip style. They're okay, but they scrape on things. And as I've worked on cars, I don't like them because even through your pocket, that hard money clip, it'll scrape. Kind of like with this guy. This is a Django money clip, whatever they call it. And this thing has scraped on cars and taken paint off. Bad design. So the best cash wallet I've found is this Haptic Design wallet. It's just kind of a piece of leather, and it's got a magnet here in the middle that connects. It's awesome for cash, and if they made one that had just a couple card slots in it, it would be amazing. You just put your cash in there. If you're carrying a lot, it's great. Good design, keeps it all contained, so it's not sticking out the side like that. Great design. 60 something bucks, they could have put a little card slot on the back. But I also understand it's for people that carry like 50 bills. It works great. The only way I've found to combo this guy is if you also use like a phone wallet, a MagSafe wallet, click it on the back, put your cards in there. Also not a bad design. I haven't found one that doesn't wear out and get loose. And then if you ever pull a card out, all the others, all you have to do is turn it and they all fall out. Got a couple different bigger brands here, I'd say. Obviously these guys, everybody knows them. This one I thought was going to be a cool design. You can put cards in here and it's kind of spring loaded on the front, so they pop out this slot, but terrible for cash because even with this, I can show you here, I'm having to fold it, and then you have to kind of get it because there's a slot there, so you got to get your finger under there and get it, shove it down in there, and then now it's okay. But then if I'm, paying for something real quick, I get my bills out, pay for it, I have to fold it back up. Every time you have to pull all the cash out, wedge it back in there. It's just not my favorite design. It's not quick. What I'm using right now, I think they call them like T-flap wallets or something on Etsy. Let me show you here real quick. This was like 35 bucks on Etsy. And basically it just, your cards go in here. You can fit a decent amount of cards in there, but it's the same issue I have. It's almost not wide enough. Your bills, you had to line them all up, make sure they're stacked nice, and then you have to put them in there, wedge them down in. Otherwise, if you just add one, it'll hit on the button. And then when you go to click it, it'll click through the bill. And the only problem I have with this is it's not quite wide enough. And so the bills are always sticking out. And then same thing, if I want to take one bill out or add one in, like right now, if I just go to add one back in, I have to make sure it's in there, get it all the way down. And then look at that. Now that I didn't take them all out, now the bills are covering the snap. So now I got to take them all back out, reorganize them. No, it just fell on the ground and all my cards fell out. So I'm in a constant search for good wallets. If anybody has any suggestions, I've tried basically every brand. This isn't my whole wallet collection. This is the most recent ones. I don't like these guys. I got these when I ordered Nick's boots. They just sent them to me for free. It's just a card holder. It's a terrible design because it's too floppy. It's too wide for a card. I don't recommend these. I've got 2 of them just laying here. The Dango wallets are a good design, but they're huge. Like, it's just big in your pocket, and it's a good design. I think this is made for a front pocket because it's got that cut out of it. So when you put it in your pocket, it's not riding up. But this rubber catches on your pocket, pulls your pocket out with it, and you have to put your cards under that. I like the design, I just don't like how bulky it is. And then same problem if I want to put cash in it. You got to fold it all up nice, make sure it's arranged right, and then you, there. No, that's not bad. But then now the cash is sticking out past there, so you can shove it over a little bit. And then there's no card organization because all of your cards are just going to go under that flap there. So, not a great design. But they have a couple other wallets, the Dango brand, that I liked. But I've had some problems with customer service. I ordered a phone case from them that I thought was cool. Waited 3 weeks, it never shipped. Contacted them, they just were like, sorry, it hasn't shipped yet. Canceled it. It took another month to get my money back, and it kind of just burned me on the brand, so I'm probably not gonna order anything else from them. The ridges are awesome. It's a good design. I just wish that this one has been my most used one. I've only carried this one for probably about a year, and I like how it's getting some patina on it. But like, I don't like how the strap, it pills like fabric does. Well, it's fabric. But I like this one better than the leather one. This leather one is always like curling up when you try and get your finger under it to put cash in it. I love the look of this wallet. It's not my favorite in real world use. I like this guy. I've had a couple instances where I've had screws fall out. They've sent me screws for free, which is cool, but they just fall out. The only other issue I have, and I know people get used to it and they do it all the time, but if I'm putting cards in there, this is the normal amount of cards I have. I have 6 there. So it's fine, but then you're supposed to push up there with your thumb, kind of rock it out, and then feather them out. And sometimes if I'm going to this one and that one's a metal card, now it tries to pull the other cards out with it, which it's not a big deal. It really works. It probably works the best way I found for getting cards is my favorite organization system. I just wish that they had a better way to hold cash, and I don't know what the answer is there. Maybe a flipping lever or something, or I don't know. So if anybody has any ideas for other wallet designs, I'm always looking. I buy way too many wallets because I'm always searching for the perfect wallet. I carry all these for a month or two before I kind of make my mind up on them, and I try not to be too quick to judge because sometimes, the leather needs broken in or you just need to learn how to use it right. But I don't like the traditional bifold, the George Costanza wallet. I don't like that. I prefer to not have to ever fold my cash. I like to just put it in. And that's why I like this design so much. I like how small it is. I just don't like how every time I get cash out, I have to pull all the cash out, make sure it's arranged right, and then shove it in. And like I said, this was the cheapest one I bought, but a lot of brands copy this design and sell it because it's easy to make. It's just a piece of leather cut in a T. They sew it over, leave that part open so you can get the cash in. It's not my favorite because the cash is always sticking out, which it'll catch on your pocket when you pull it out. So if anybody has any other ideas, let me know. Always in a search for better wallets. And I can review them all individually if anybody wants any of these brands of wallets that I own currently. And then I also should let everybody know, I've never been sponsored. No one's ever bought me these. I paid for all of these with my own money. So these wallets all suck. We need to figure out a better wallet design. Let me know if anybody wants to see a specific review. Thanks.